A lot of the times you don't see this on Red 5, but it looks like DK wanted to save it for the hyper-scaling power of the Smolder.
I'm surprised, honestly. I was expecting something like an Ezreal, a little bit more defensively when aiming gets a chance.
More difficult on the coordinated play, but we're going to see if they can pull off his dive.
All right, 4v2. Kingen and Mohan got to try to survive this one. Who's going to take the turret aggro here at the very start? Looks like Mako. TES walking back away, but now Tien with that 3-talent strike already primed. It's first blood, though, the other direction. DK doing a good job. Mohan surely has to die here. A 1-for-1 trade, but in a 2v4, DK is going to be all right with that one.
I mean, there's good news and bad news for DK. The good news is that Kingen doesn't lose his life, but the bad news is he's being denied a lot of farm, so he's trying his best to get back underneath the tower.
But he is stunned. 369 Mako and JackieLove want to try to deny even more here if they can. Kingen popping the counter-strike, staying alive for now. Nice two-man stun coming out, but Kingen down to about 50 HP, still staying alive somehow, but the volley claims his life. Top East. Mako just going to have to try to deal with this 2v3 situation now. Moham immediately in with a crash down, shattering strike. Mako at 100 HP, and aiming is on the board.
But regardless of that, DK still found a window to find a gank. There was no vision in that tri-brush. Lucid was able to get close enough, and they knew that Mako had no flash, so just like that, D plus clear equalized the kills.
Yeah, and actually, we see the Showmaker use his Shockwave, got a really good trade on Cream, who doesn't have his teleport available, so did lose a couple of minions there as he gets shoved in. The wave isn't quite back yet for Showmaker top. They're already going to be able to take the tier 1 top. They will win the race on this, and Top just playing the map really, really well.
Overall, I think Top Esports have just been playing, is allowing Top Esports a lot of control around these towers and these neutral objectives. The fact that they secured...
As long as you don't miss your E and your R. I mean, if you miss those, then I guess why did you take the thing in the first place? But bottom lane tier 1 turret in some serious trouble now. Has a little bit more damage, gets it done. Moham jumps in here with the Magnet Storm, immediately trying to make the fight happen in the 2v2. Meanwhile, the jungler fight off to the side ain't gonna matter because Moham is already dead. The arrows fly, and DK dies. Top Esports picking up 3 as Showmaker and Kingen tried to join up to help everybody else, but now they're in a bad spot too. Cream and Tien chasing after Showmaker. Showmaker still trying to get away. 2-man Shockwave. It don't even matter, man. Showmaker is going nowhere fast. Top Esports.
Kingen have nothing to do but watch the game slip away.
Exactly that. The Herald is now going to be converted in favor of Top Esports as well. And now they can move this bot lane into the mid.
Now they have the Herald. This is going to be 12 Void Mites popping out of this thing. It's like a clown car of Void Mites running out there.
Kingen jumping in though with a counter-strike for the engage. Tien is low, but Top Esports are going between worlds. Tien gets away, and a massive amount of damage pours into the DK lines. JackieLove grabbing the first kill. Moham is down.
He then gets Skarner ulted underneath the tower, and patiently what he does is he ults.
Esports jungler in what looked like should have been a death sentence with that collapse. But the only thing collapsing now, know how worrying it is to even try to go out and contest anything in neutral territory.
Yeah, I mean, it's really problematic now, and not only are they just trading a tower for a dragon, because Cream is pushing down bot side looking for that tier 2. It does survive for now, but that thing is about to go down to these Void Mites very far away from that 225 breakpoint. And by the time it comes in, could be too little too late.
Tien over the wall, again, maybe looking for a fight. Kingen jumps in for the counter-strike. JackieLove could be in a little bit of trouble here. Gets away for now. They're locking up the Jacks. Kingen can't do it. Moham's about to die here, too. Finally, they get one back on DK's side as Cream gets popped, but Moham's still getting away with only 100 HP. Lucid's here on the front line. Has to try the red buff to just be stolen away this easily, but Top would love for these guys to step a little bit too close, and Lucid does just that. There's no way out for the Skarner. Tien ends up taking...
Yeah, it's so tough, and Lucid had no flash, so being that far forward over towards the red buff is incredibly risky, and now it's going to be a largely uncontested Baron here as King is just going to try to push and grab that bounty off of the tier 2 bot, get a little bit of gold back for the team, but this kind of lead plus the Baron buff plus 6 grubs is likely to mean nearly the end of the game, you have to think.
And you could even see the early TP from 369. Once Top Esports was confident they weren't going to be challenged at the Baron, 369 won't even allow the tier 2 turret in the bottom lane to fall. The tier 1 in mid is claimed by DK, but now they got to be careful because Kingen's in some trouble. Cream and JackieLove in hot pursuit as Kingen wants to try to get away from this one. But they are sending 3 dudes after him. Jax, do we get out of these? I'm not sure. Maybe?
It
Hops
depends if
over to the
Mako
mid.
flashes.
I mean, he has the...
He's
oh,
flashing.
no, okay, yeah. Mako flashes over. The counter-strike isn't going to block enough. Not here, not now, no way, not yet. Kingen is down. And
Small things in the early game ended up building small enough advantages, but those advantages were enough when it came to the crucial moment in that bot lane TP.
They have been looking very, very dominant in this game number 1.
And it's nice to see because in the playoffs,
soul fight time. TP coming in from Kingen. Top Esports backing away, but continuing slow DPS onto the Dragon. Kingen on the left flank. Everybody else on DK here on the right. TN gonna be grabbed there by the Skarner. The objective bounty claimed by Lucid. DK getting it done, but now Cream's going between worlds off to the side while 369 and Kingen duel off on the left. It's gonna be the first kill on Moham. Top Esports are about to lose their mid laner. He's down. Now they're gonna turn right back over onto Kingen. The Jax goes into the Zonias. He's staying alive for now with another beautifully timed counter strike. He flashes back over the wall. DK's gonna try to regroup, but the Ashe has the damage. Jackie Love gets it done. And it's
Yeah, it just becomes so difficult, and now the Baron is going to be secured here by top. Cream was not very effective on that flank.
Steal to make sure that they did not give that Hex Soul, so at least you can count that as a silver lining. But Top Esports are barreling down top lane now. You can see they've still got 369 over in mid for the split pressure. It's still going to take them a while to try to chip through some of this, except for 369 nearly killing. There it goes, the one in mid lane already down as that inhibitor is now exposed. Top Esports happy to wait for the next wave to arrive here in the top lane. Objective bounty claimed in the bot lane at the same time as the tier 2 is destroyed by Kingen, and now Top sees the opportunity to full send it underneath the tier 3 here at the top side. It's already gone. Moham and Lucid going to be taking a lot of damage as Moham's about to be killed. Lucid gets away back underneath the Nexus turrets. Moham's still alive somehow. Top Esports haven't lost a man, and the Skarner's also down. 3v5 for DK. Top Esports claim their first inhibitor. They claim 2 inhibitor turrets. They get everybody out, and 369 is ready to retreat and teleport back into the fight.
Yeah, Eamon got a lot of members over on the top side really low, but he just couldn't actually finish them off, couldn't chase in to be able to get those kills, and now the job gets so difficult. The TP's coming back in.
All right, Top Esports want to end it right here. First Nexus turret and second, both dropping at about the same speed. Kingen wants to keep these guys away with a counter-strike, but it ain't going to do enough. Both turrets already dead. 369, tanking it up on the front line as Kingen is already down. Aiming, focused up next. He flashes back into the fountain, but it will not matter. Top Esports take game 1.
a clean game from Top 2, right? Like, it's not quite a 50-50 split.
But they have some mixed in.
Yes. So the Kallista's going to be the round out. I am a little surprised, I will admit. When we were thinking hyper carry, like, I think Ashe would have actually been one of the better picks here. I don't expect anything too creative in a Sejuani versus Skarner matchup.
Ooh, immediate jump in. The Zenith play from Moham is a mistake. He goes too far forward. A massive blunder from the DK support.
I mean, it feels like he just forgot about how Rel works, because Rel's going to flip you in. Like, yes, he maybe wasn't initially in the tower range, but he's just going to get dismount, flipped into the tower, stunned up, and Moham gives over a freebie.
That is rough. Ooh, nice engage coming up from Kingen here, trying to use that counter-strike to lock up Cream, who dies to the proc on the E snapback.
If you were to just look at the bottom of your screen, the gold would be very similar to what we saw in Game 1, where the only advantage that D+Gear have in terms of gold was from that mid lane, and DK have done a great job of playing around Showmaker to help him get through this laning phase, but now there's a brawl around the grubs.
Top Esports would love to at least just smite one of these down, make sure that they can secure it. There it is, 1-1 on the first set of grubs, but DK has a 4-man unit ready to try to play here. Nice engage coming out. They go for the slam into the wall. Between Worlds finds multiple targets as Showmaker now snaps back. A lot of pressure and damage onto Jackie Love, and he drops first in the fight. TN finally gets a return kill here on a Showmaker, but now he's in a little bit of trouble himself. Moham gets away with just 100 HP as Mako is slowed down by the Sejuani, and Cream continues trying to find a little bit more damage. The weirding has some, but is it enough? They finally end up getting another 1-for-1 trade with a 2v2 here at the very end. Cream has more health, but he has no mana. Lucid trying to get away, and he has to fly.
With the very edge of the bullet time.
You're seeing the strength of getting that BF sword in the 2 versus 2, but 369, this is a kill angle.
Yeah, he's going in, wants Kingen here. Flash to follow, jumps right back in with a little bit of footwork, and the Entofo strike. A little bit of a compromise
It's never too late for
here.
DK, is there?
DK still on their approach. They throw out the Glacial Prison, but it ain't gonna find a whole lot yet. A lot of damage onto Jackie Love, barely staying alive here with about 50 HP. Showmaker gonna grab the kill, but TM with a massive 3-man ulti. No damage to follow it up. DK will get their... Talking about item spikes, there's quite a few. coming through right now. Hold on, we'll talk about him in a second unless this turns into something absolutely crazy. There's your wombo combo with the engage, the E-stall impact from Tien for the Skarner in this game, along with that Bloodthirster for the misfortune of aiming that is 2-1-2, as Moham could be in a bad spot here. Crash down plus the weirding, a little bit of damage on that one as Kingen has to get away back underneath the tier 1 turret in the bottom side of the map at the same time with the bullet time flying in over the top. A lot of damage onto Cream, beautifully punished from DK as Top chased a little bit too far, but now what is this? Lucid nearly caught out there thanks to the Skarner ulti, but a flash into an Arctic Assault back over the wall, and now JackieLove is once again in the sights of aiming, and DK, one more shot to the head, and Jackie's out of there. Aiming still fighting as Tien tries to get the last little bit of damage onto Lucid to make this one a 1-for-1 trade while Showmaker chases after Mako.
In this game too from DK, I think even though the gold is actually in the favor of Top,
after the solo kill, now the Riptoad is the target for Top Esports. Moham and Lucid walking up. Lucid wants to be able to challenge here for the flip, and he steals it away. Beautifully done with the bullet time in over the top. It's not going to find a whole lot of damage as Showmaker tries to jump in. He resets his position and gets back away, but Lucid's going to be killed off first as Cream tries to disengage. Kingen in the middle of everybody with a counter-strike, but he ain't going to find a lot. 369 is on the hunt as Moham and Kingen try to get out. Tien still chasing. Moham's about to drop. DK lose 2 men. Yes, they might have stolen away the Herald. They do end up being able to pick it up thanks to Showmaker.
yeah, and this time Showmaker actually going to TP back, and he's looking for Jackie.
He's ready to keep going. On the front line, though, with Kingen, they aren't going to find the target they're looking for. DK, though, they summon up the Rift Herald here in the mid lane. They claim
line, but you kind of look at who's actually in the fight, and it's really only Showmaker and Lucid, so good target selection from Top Esports is now Cream.
Oh, Cream, they popped the tier 1 turret in time, and now with the TP coming in to reinforce him, it's Cream at 369 against Kingen and Showmaker. 369.
Long enough.
Still on the chase here, has the third in Tofo strike, looking for the knockback. Esports not going to disengage it after having kept their mid laner alive. Hold on, Moham. Now the target. Tien ready to tunnel through the wall here to back up Mako. Remember, this Leona is very, very, very tanky. Still at about half HP. Impale to drag him right on back. They are throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this dude, and he's still getting away. Cream finally takes the kill.
Across really the board here. You're looking at the jungle on the top from the other side, way weaker.
Showmaker over the wall there with the soul unbound, but he has to snap back. The Drake is going to be claimed before Lucid can try to show up and threaten a 50-50. Tien wants to jump over the wall. Lucid's about to lose the Arctic armor. They're trying to use a lot here on the Sejuani. The Impale only onto the enemy tank. Showmaker's looking for the angle here, but Lucid's going to be killed off first. JackieLove taking the kill as Moham is isolated from the rest of the team. JackieLove's trying to be protected by Mako and Tien. He needs to kite out away from the Yone, but a nice move coming out from Showmaker to take him down. Aiming is kiting it out. Tien is about to die. Kingen looking for a little bit more as Tien gets away, but finally Aiming getting the last auto attack and a double kill back over to the AD carry from DK, but he's the only one. There is vision in that hallway near the Baron pit. Lucid is around. Top Esports now turning for the fight. Lucid's going to be the focus here at the start, taking a lot of the damage between worlds, ready to drop and try to keep DK in place, but Kingen has already killed JackieLove. He'll be traded back. Lucid is very low. He's already going to be killed now as 369 goes on a killing spree. Over the wall he goes to bring back another one on DK's side. A double kill for the K'Sante as he tries to get away, but Showmaker is making plays on top. You do not let it through. They are focusing JackieLove so well. Kingen on the Jacks, always looking to...
It's a two-threat team, and they're down a combined 3.4, 3.5K gold just in those 2 roles.
Yeah, it is not a good game. Pushing champions, and they've got 90 seconds to bulldoze some structures inside lanes.
I mean, there's just a lot of standing goals for DK to just grab, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Lucid continues to... it looks like he's getting caught, but he can tank so much of the damage up, and it forces Top Esports to overextend again.
Tien missing the Impale. That one's going to hurt as Showmaker has to reset his position with the Soul Unbound. He popped the QSS to get away. Moham's going to keep the fight going. Bullet time gets Tien very low, but he ain't dead yet. Still burning to the Ignite.
Top, though, going to be moving in is... I feel like DK just thought Top weren't going to even try to contest, and they're not in position to actually fight for this, even with the lead.
Yeah, Showmaker has to snap back, and Top can claim themselves their second.
It was a one-team fight for Top Esports in the sense that they got position over the Baron, but the health bars are now going back up for DK. The mid tower is going to drop. Top Esports.
And again, that's the awkward spot. We'll see if they can catch one of these recalls.
This could be a little bit greedy from DK. Moham's trying to get out now. Lots of flashes being spent as Lucid also gets himself out. Showmaker looking for an entry into the fight, and Aiming goes unstoppable. Bullet time cuts down Mako, and Top Esports are in a 4v5. Aiming with a single shot back at the JackieLove. Tien coming in, Aiming with a flash away now as the engage from Moham ain't gonna be good enough. He's down to about death's door, and they finally get him. Cream takes the kill. Lucid's trying to get away, and 369 goes all out, all in, all the way forward for Top Esports. Esports. Lucid about 1/3 HP. Cream wants to keep the Jacks away. 369, barely hanging on. Very small health bar. TN wants to guarantee he can secure this objective for his team, but Lucid goes over the wall, ready to jump into the pit. The Baron's going to be claimed by the Aurora of all people. Cream's living the dream. Kingen has to try to get away. Cream still in hot pursuit.
Do disengage at this point, they're fine, but aiming oversteps. He steps too far forward, and Top Esports find a
Huge
win.
play there from top, and honestly a great read. You know, they saw them walking through the river, just had the read that they might be going for a recall.
All right, back to live. We'll see if Top has the firepower to keep this going. Jack Show completed for JackieLove will help him against this Yone and Jax trying to dive onto him, but it's still
now completed. He is solo AP on that team, so he is going to be a massive threat.
Okay, tier 3 turret, just
Tien's
about
going.
dead here in the bottom lane. Just about dead over in the mid lane as well. Lucid's gonna be dragged back by the Impale. Cream goes between worlds, and Lucid is down. King into the back, trying to cause some disruption, but he's gonna be hurt next. Moham about to drop. 369 here in the front line. Needs a little bit more damage, and again, the Cassante will not stop. Kingan's on the run. Top Esports looked like they had no shot left, and now they are pushing into the DK base. Showmaker, Kingen, and Aiming all still alive. Top with all 5 men still ready to go, but they gotta be careful with some low health bars. Showmaker goes in for a fate sealed. Big bullet time over the 369. Cream has already killed Showmaker. Aiming is about to be caught. Kingen jumps into a 1v4, but he will not find his hero's moment. An ace for JackieLove and a sweep for Top Esports. DK tried, and they could not do it. Top will rise to the occasion and make their way to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2020, and they will do it with a 2-0.
Incredible team fighting from Top Esports.
TES advance to the next stage, and I have Tian with me to talk about this amazing series, and Christina, of course. Thank you so much for joining me. You've been facing off against LCK teams mostly, from T1, the loss against Genji, and D plus Kia today. How has it been matching your playstyle to the LCK teams?
好的，恭喜你们滔博成功的晋级到了8强。我们邀请到的是小天来到赛后采访。那在目前为止瑞士轮赛的你们所遇到的对手大部分都是 LCK 的队伍。那首先是赢下了 T1 之后，可能有点遗憾输给了真季之后，今天呢又赢下了 DK。所以总体来说，你觉得你们的这样一个游戏风格和 LCK 赛区相比起来是怎么样的呢？
我们队伍的话就是比较偏向于打架吧，然后我们也不是不擅长运营的队伍，所以我觉得我们还是在某种方面来说还是比较全面的。相比于 LCK 的话，我觉得我们的选角可能会更进攻一点。
So first off, I think we tend to take team fights, and I don't think we are a team kind of who excelled at playing around macros, and also in terms of the Bampian strategies and the champions we pick. I think actually we are kind of all-round teams, like that.
And you've all been playing super well, and you especially, Tian, not only during this series, but during Worlds and throughout the entire season. And when people talk about you, they say this might be your best season yet for your entire career. I know that consistency is something that you've struggled with in the past. What has been different for you this year? And do you feel like it has been your best season?
那小千选手一直以来都是一个发挥比较出色的选手，但是这个赛季，特别是人们对你的期望是很高的，大家都会说，现在这个赛季会不会有可能是你最好的一次的，包括今年的表现以及整个世界赛的发挥？那你现在觉得今年以及世界赛上会不会是你将有可能是最好表现的一年？
无论大家怎么看吧，就是我一定会拿出我们最好的表现来，在这个赛场上留下这个回忆。
So no matter the other people's how they, what's their opinions on us, and this year I would like to try my best and try our best in terms of my playstyle and also the whole team. We are going to prove it and show it.
Absolutely. And moving forward, you're going to come back to the place you found the most success, Paris 2019. What are you anticipating for quarterfinals?
那接下来你们将要进到巴黎去打8强的比赛了。那巴黎这个地方也是小天选手曾经留下过在世界赛上最成功的记忆之一的地方。你捧起了世界赛的冠军，那对于下一个赛段去到巴黎有什么期待吗？
大家巴黎见。
See you at Paris.
See you in Paris, indeed. Thank you so much, Xian, for the interview. Christina, thank you so much as well. Top Esports advanced to quarterfinals. We'll be right back in a few minutes for Hanwha Life Esports versus FlyQuest. Stay tuned.